Did you know, even if you use an FCC certified module, but you put it into a product that can be handheld or pocket worn, it requires FCC certification, specifically a Class 2 permissive change, or in Canada, a Class 4 permissive change. I'm going to break it down first with FCC. When you have a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or 5G module and it's already FCC certified, this means that there's a certain limited condition in the way you can integrate that module into your IoT product or a handheld device or industrial device that's already FCC approved, which allow you to mostly leverage the original FCC approval. Of course, this is ideal and what most people assume for any integration. But usually these ideal conditions require the integrations to be applicable if they're used beyond 20 centimeters of human beings, as well as maybe within a set of antennas or a maximum antenna gains allowed by the module manufacturer. So sometimes when you choose to put it in an end user design or a product that falls outside those boundaries, you need to get additional FCC approval, which includes proving the handheld or body-worn condition falls below RF exposure limits. And these kinds of integrations require documents and test reports to be filed to the government to illustrate and clarify this. All right, so smart home IoT device that lives in a house, maybe an electrical or plumbing or whatever. It has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Since this is normally operated more than 20 centimeters from people, it falls within the original module grant. And what's required is measuring spurious emissions to make sure that the integration doesn't cause degradation, or in other words, doesn't get more noisy when checked by RF analyzers. So smart health, wearable products, including med tech that can be worn. I've seen a lot of people asking me when Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or even cellular is put into a product but worn in the pocket or maybe held in the hand, isn't it already FCC approved? This is when I pull up the public filing on the module to show that it's only approved when it's put in devices that are not to be used within 20 centimeters from people. And also the emissions are similar or less than the original module's emissions. Last point I want to make is about labeling. When there's one module in the product, it must be labeled with the FCC ID on the exterior of the product. Otherwise, it's not authorized to be used. And if you have that down, it's clear when there's only one module on an IoT or MedTech product. FCC label just has to say contains FCC ID and whatever it is. But when there's two modules in the design, many don't realize that you have to have two labels to show that you're indeed authorized with FCC for both module transmitters. Or you can create one new FCC authorization covering both, which only a few people do. So the point of me talking about labels is to bring home the point: you cannot import the product, you cannot market the product, you cannot sell the product without putting all the required labels of the transmitters on your product. I hope this is helpful for some of you, especially if you're asking these same questions. Definitely feel free to hit me up on the comment section or even a direct message or email. Until next time. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and follow me on LinkedIn to be the first to get new videos I post on US FCC and ISED Canada approvals. Until next time.